MySQL short answer questions. Name the command used to change the database. Now you have done to change the database, to access the database, we use command. So use database name semicolon. Define foreign key. Foreign key is a column that references the primary key of another table, of the second table. Write the difference between DDL and DML. DDL means data definition language. DML means data manipulation language. DDL is used to create, modify, remove the database schemas. DML is used to insert, modify, remove the records or rows of the table. Example, DDL, create, alter, drop, and DML, insert, update, delete. This is your update. Okay, I will change it. It is PDF, so it is not changing now. So this is update, update command. Next, difference between char and varchar. Char is fixed length string, varchar is variable length string. Char, they are right padded with spaces to the specified length, and varchar, they are not right padded with space. The length is actual data it contains. So char takes less space in memory, varchar takes more memory. Next, what is the difference between equijoin and natural join? This is asked in your Cbse sample paper also. An equijoin uses equality operator, whereas a natural join is an equijoin on attributes that have the same name in each relationship. Natural join in SQL can be considered to remove the duplicate column names from the result set. So natural join means automatically, naturally, जैसे roll number यहाँ 1 to 40 है और mark slip में भी 1 to 40 है और attendance में भी 1 to 40 है, तो ये natural from first one जो फर्स्ट रो है वो सेकेंड टेबल के फर्स्ट रो, थर्ड टेबल के फर्स्ट रो, तो ये नेचुरली ज्वाइन हो जा रहा है सेकेंड विथ सेकेंड एंड सो ऑन. इक्वी ज्वाइन में इट इज़ नॉट in regular pattern, so equality operator you have to use and duplication can be there in equijoin. Next, what is the degree and cardinality of the following table? Now degree means total number of columns, so 4 you can see here, so degree will be 4. Cardinality is total number of records excluding this heading. Normally student will count this heading also, so this will be wrong. Only the records. So 3 records you can see here, only 3 records are there. So answer will be, cardinality will be 3. Write the difference between fetch 1 and fetch many. Fetch 1 will return 1 record at a time and fetch fetch many will return many records. That depends on the number we mentioned in this parenthesis. Next, what is data error? This exception is raised due to problems with the processed data. For example, numeric value out of range, division by 0 and so on. So exceptions, data errors are the exceptions which are raised due to problems with the processed data. So whatever data you are giving, if it is wrong, then it will show data error. Now short answer type questions. Observe the following table and answer 1 and 2 accordingly. So this is the table. Write the names of most appropriate columns which can be considered as candidate keys. Already you have learned that candidate keys contain unique and not null values. So the first number 103, 113 all are unique, not null. So we can use this as candidate key, PNO. Name also is unique and not null. So this also I can use it. Quantity normally cannot be unique. Here the values are unique, but you cannot search with the quantity and purchase because this may be unique, may not be unique. Clear? So normally we can use, like in a class, we can use the name of the students if all the students are having unique name, and your roll number. Same way here, product number and name we will use. Now next question is, what is the degree and cardinality of the above table? So degree columns, 4 columns. Cardinality, 4 rows are there. So 4, both 4. degree is 4, cardinality is 4. Differentiate between candidate and primary key in the context of RDBMS. You already have learned that candidate keys are candidate to become the primary key, and primary key are the non-key attributes which uniquely searches tuples in a relation. So when you are asked to uniquely search any record, we use primary key, and candidate keys contains unique and not null values which can serve as primary key. So candidate key, it is the one that is capable of becoming primary key, that is a column or set of columns that identifies a row uniquely in the relation. Example, your roll number, your admission number. Okay, now question and answer, you can see there is a printing mistake or mistake is there. So alternate key they have explained here. So either in the question you change it to alternate, or here we will change it to primary. So primary already you know, uniquely searches tuples in a relation, and alternate keys are the columns or the candidate keys which could not become the primary key. ठीक है, एक टेबल है, उसमें हमने प्रोडक्ट नंबर, नेम, ये दोनों को कैंडिडेट की है, ये दोनों को यूज़ कर सकते हैं हम, लेकिन हमने खाली प्रोडक्ट नंबर को प्राइमरी की बनाया। तो जो कैंडिडेट की प्राइमरी की नहीं बन सका वो उसको हम ऑल्टरनेट की बोलते हैं। तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने आंसर में ये दिया है, अगर एग्जाम में आएगा कैंडिडेट वर्सेस ऑल्टरनेट की, सो कैंडिडेट की इज ऑल द columns containing unique and not null values which can serve as primary key, और alternate keys क्या होते हैं? The candidate keys which could not be selected as primary key. Next, what is the importance of the primary key in a table? Explain with suitable example. Primary key already we have done, uniquely identifies tuples in a relation, records in a relation. So suppose in a student table I want to search any student, so I will use the primary key of that table. It may be the roll number or the admission number. And for an income tax table, I will use the PAN number. For the train details, I need the train number. For the flight details, I need the flight number. For buying a product in a shopping mall, etc., we need the product number. Next, write the Python script. Now this is for connectivity. Connectivity we will do afterwards in a separate class. We will do it. Next, what is MySQL? MySQL is an open source DBMS which is built, supported and distributed by MySQL AB, now acquired by Oracle. What are the technical features of MySQL? MySQL database software is a client or server system which includes multi-threaded SQL server supporting various client programs and libraries, different backend, wide range of application programming interfaces and administrative tools. So MySQL is a client-server architecture, means client will ask for the queries and server will provide the information. Why MySQL is used? MySQL database server is reliable, fast and very easy to use. This software can be downloaded as freeware and can be downloaded from the internet. What are tables and fields? A table can be a set of data that are organized in a model with columns and rows. Columns can be categorized as vertical and rows are horizontal. A table has specified number of columns called fields that can have any number of rows, which is called records. So these terms, suppose a table is given and which is the table, which are the fields, which are the columns, which are the rows, which are the records. So you should be able to identify it, which are the datas. Next is, what is a primary key? A primary key is a combination of fields which uniquely specifies a row. This is a special kind of unique key and it has implicit not null constraint. It means primary key values cannot be null. So this you have to remember, that the primary key values cannot be null, as well as it is unique also. What is a unique key? A unique key constraint uniquely identifies each records in the database. This provides uniqueness for the column or set of columns. A primary key constraints has automatic unique constraint defined on it, and but not in the case of unique key. There can be many unique constraints defined per table, but only one primary key constraint defined per table. So in a table, you might have seen that when we mention primary key, it contains both unique as well as not null. But if you mention unique, it can contain null values. And normally in your class, you might have seen that only one primary key we are keeping, like your roll number or your admission number, with which we can search the records. But all the columns can have unique, like unique Aadhaar number, unique email ID, etc. What is a foreign key? Foreign key is one table which can be related to the primary key of another table. Relationship needs to be created between two tables by referencing foreign key with the primary key of another table. So we will join the two tables using the foreign key, and we will create the relationship between the two tables by referencing the foreign key with the primary key of the second table of the foreign table, that is primary key of another table. What is a join? This is a keyword used to query data from more tables based on the relationship between the fields of the tables. Keys play a major role when joins are used. So we can join two or more tables using all the keys. What is a clause? What is an alias? Now clause, SQL clause is defined to limit the result set by providing condition to the query. This usually filters some rows from the whole set of records. Example, query that has where condition, query that has having condition. So filters you can use using where you can put the condition and you can filter some records. If they ask you to filter the records, that is to select some selected records, to display some selected records, we use where clause to put the condition there, use the condition in the select query. What is an alias command? Alias name can be given to a table or column. This alias name can be referred in where clause to identify the table or columns. Example, select st.studentid. Normally for joining we can put the alias name, or suppose a new column you want to mention, then after suppose writing any expression or any formula, I want to give a new heading. So as alias name to a new column, a column name you can give. And when we will learn join at the end in February, when we will learn join for class this, now there we will use this alias name for joining the two tables, like here where from student as st, exam as ex. So two tables were there, student and exam. Now instead of student I can use st alias name of student, and here ex I can use alias name for exam. So this is your short answer questions. Now long answer questions for single table first I will show you, and then I will show you for these two tables. So here subquery they have given here. Now already you have done all the definitions, differences will come, definitions will come. Anybody is having any doubt in any topic, you just mention it. Now commands, they will ask you which one is a TCL command, which one is a DML command, which one is a DDL command. All the operators will be asked, that where and is used, which is and is a logical operator. All the data types will be asked, constraints like not null, unique, primary key, foreign key constraint, then check constraints, default constraints. So all these constraints again we will revise it. Then create table command, we will use these constraints here. Alter table command, we can add, modify and drop a column using alter table. So directly also they can ask you. Then add a column, what is the query to modify, what is the query to delete a column. to change the constraint, change the data type, to make it a primary key using alter command. These type of questions are there. Then insert command, already you have done. Insert into table name. Two methods are there. Insert into table name. If all the columns are there, you can mention it. Even if you skip it, then also it takes by default all the columns. Then values, and all the values we give. But if all the columns are not there, only in one column you have to enter, then it is compulsory to mention that column name. Clear? So if suppose 5 columns are there and in 1, 2, 3, 4 you have to enter, you have to compulsorily mention the column names. But if it is all the columns, even if you mention, then also it is correct. Even if you skip it, then also it is correct. Like insert into emp values, all the values if you give, then all the columns one by one. It is arranged in serial order. So in that manner only it will be given. Next, update command is used to modify, change the values, increase, decrease, or give a new value to any old value. Next, so update table name, set column name equals to, now whatever new value is given, it can be a formula, like here increase 10%. So increase 10% means you can multiply by 1.10. It will be increased by 10%. If it is decreased by 10%, you can multiply by 0.90. It will be decreased by 10%. Where the condition you can give, like all the records, if it is not to be updated, only some selected records are to be updated, then where condition you can give. Delete command is used to delete from table name condition. Now, if you write only delete from table name, then all the records will be deleted. If you write here condition, then only those records will be deleted. Now, one question was there in question paper, difference between delete, drop and truncate. Delete will remove all the records, but the table structure remains. This is a DML command. Truncate is a DDL command where you cannot use where clause, and it is only used to remove all the records and empty the space. But you cannot use where clause with truncate since it is a DDL command. Whereas drop will remove the records as well as remove the table structure also, and drop is also a DDL command. Even a column, particular column, if you want to drop, you want to remove, then using alter you can drop. Using alter and drop you can remove the column. So this is over. Next is select command. Now this is very important. Select command, I have already told you that many questions will be asked, because in select only you have to use like clause, in, between, distinct clause, then not in, not between, not like, all the wildcards. So where condition, order by, group by, having, with select query. So obviously select query, more questions will be asked. Now select command is used to make queries on database. A query is a command which is given to produce certain specified information from the database tables. The select command can be used to retrieve a subset of rows or columns from one or more table. The syntax of select command is select column name from table name where condition, group by column name having condition, order by column name, ascending oblique descending. Descending is to be mentioned, ascending is optional. By default it may arranges in ascending order. Select clause lists the attributes desired in the result of a query. To display the names of all the employees in the emp relation, select ename from emp. To force the elimination of duplicates, insert the keyword distinct after select. Find the number of all the departments in the emp relation and remove duplicates. Select distinct depth-no from emp. Next. So I think.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.